Rangers face a huge challenge this Thursday as they take on Spanish giants Athletic Bilbao in the first leg of the Europa League quarter-finals. Rangers come into the game as overwhelming underdogs, but that hasn't stopped the Light Blues before. However, in today's video, we have some huge news ahead of the clash, as Rangers have been handed a massive blow, which will make an already difficult task seem nearly impossible. We will look into this in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, interim Rangers head coach Barry Ferguson has revealed what he told Jack Butland after he cost his team against Hibernian on Saturday. Dylan Levitt's strike from the edge of the box didn't look as though it would trouble the Englishman, although it squirmed through him and gave the visitors an early lead, which they eventually went on to double in the second half. Butland's latest error comes after he spilt a rather tame shot at Dens Park last weekend into the path of Joe Shaughnessy, who netted. Post-match on Saturday, as Rangers lost their 5th home game in a row, Ferguson lifted the lid on what he told his keeper. "I've said to Jack, it's a bad mistake," revealed the caretaker boss. "He understands that. You will see some changes on Thursday versus Athletic Club. That's why you carry a squad. If people make mistakes, people are off it, people don't run as much as I think they should run, then they're not going to play in my team, because I watched that Hibs team who I thought wanted it more than us. And it hurts me to say that, but it is what it is. So it's my job now to go in and try and come up with a scenario that won't happen going forward. And I'll tell you something, I'll work hard at doing it, and I'll make sure I do it." Rangers welcome Athletic Club to Ibrox in the first leg of their hotly anticipated Europa League quarter-final tie on Thursday evening. Ferguson will learn more about the Basque outfit in the coming days. "Honestly, I've not watched them because I'm very much game to game," he said. "But listen, I watch all types of football. I know they're a quality team, but again, these are the games where you don't need to really motivate people because you're Europe. It's a different kind of atmosphere. That doesn't concern me." Now, Rangers have been handed a massive blow ahead of their quarter-final clash with Athletic Club, as Rangers will be without Mohamed Diomande and John Souttar for the first leg of the Europa League quarter-final against Athletic Bilbao. Barry Ferguson will have to shuffle his side as the key duo have been ruled out through suspension for the Ibrox contest on Thursday evening. The pair picked up suspensions in the second leg tie against Fenerbahce in the round of 16 last month. UEFA rules state players will be suspended for one match in the competition if they receive 3 cautions. In the Europa League, the suspension slate is only wiped clean for players after the quarter-final stage, meaning just 3 bookings throughout the league phase and subsequent knockout rounds result in a suspension. Souttar received his 3rd booking in the competition for pulling down Anderson Talisca. He was previously carded in the first leg against Fenerbahce and at home to Lyon in the second league phase match. Diomande previously faced a suspension in the Europa League for 3 bookings as he missed the league phase contest against Manchester United in January. Diomande had been cautioned against Malmo, Neze and Spurs. UEFA rules state yellow card suspensions will occur after 3 yellows and then after any subsequent odd-numbered caution, 5th, 7th, 9th, etc. Diomande was booked against Union Saint-Gilloise and then Fenerbahce to end up suspended against Athletic Bilbao on Thursday. In other news, Scottish football pundit Michael Stewart has lit the touch paper for one of the most explosive potential transfers in Old Firm history, urging Rangers to make a bold move for Celtic's soon-to-be out-of-contract fullback Greg Taylor, with Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers confirming that Taylor will leave Parkhead when his deal expires at the end of the season. Speculation has begun to swirl around the Scotland international's next destination. Kieran Tierney is poised to return to Celtic on a pre-contract agreement from Arsenal, leaving Taylor free to seek a new challenge after 6 years at the club. And according to Stewart, that next chapter could and should be written just across the city at Ibrox. Speaking on the Premier Sports Scottish Football Social Club, the former Hearts and Hibs midfielder said Rangers must seriously consider snapping up the 26-year-old on a free transfer, arguing that the left-back would walk into the starting 11. "I actually floated this idea 2 or 3 weeks ago," Stewart said. From a Rangers perspective, yeah, I would. I don't know what Greg Taylor will be thinking, but from their point of view, it's a free transfer. He's in the Scotland squad. He ticks a lot of boxes. Stewart was emphatic in his comparison of Taylor to Rangers' current left-back options, stating, "He's better than Jeff Day, and he's better than Ridvan Yilmaz, so I would do it." If it were to happen, Taylor's transfer would be historic. No Rangers side has signed a first-team Celtic player in over a century, not since Robert Campbell made the jump back in 1906. A move of this magnitude would not only send shockwaves through Scottish football, but would also be a true litmus test of the modern game's pragmatism over tribalism. Taylor is no stranger to high-pressure environments. A reliable performer both domestically and in Europe, the former Kilmarnock man has made over 100 appearances for Celtic and earned regular call-ups to the Scotland national team. Recently, he was linked with a move to Croatian champions Dinamo Zagreb, managed by 2006 World Cup winning icon Fabio Cannavaro, following their stalemate with Celtic in the Champions League group stages earlier this season. But the lure of staying in the Scottish Premiership, and perhaps crossing the divide, has clearly caught the imagination of more than just Stewart. Former Rangers striker Chris Boyd echoed the sentiment, admitting he wouldn't be against the idea of Taylor switching sides. "It wouldn't be the worst one for me, for my club to have a little conversation with him," Boyd said on the Scottish Sun's YouTube channel. "Could he switch sides in Glasgow? I know the rivalry between the two clubs, but he's Scottish and he ticks the boxes. You could ask the question." Boyd praised Taylor's consistency and mentality. Greg has shown for a period of time now how consistent he has been. If he's not going to be at Celtic, he wants to play regularly. While it remains to be seen whether Taylor would even entertain the idea of donning the blue of Rangers, the mere suggestion is enough to ignite debate. In a sport so deeply rooted in tradition and rivalry, this potential transfer could be one of the most seismic in the modern era. A move that would redefine boundaries and rewrite history. Could Greg Taylor really become the first player in 119 years to cross the Old Firm divide directly? If Michael Stewart has his way, Rangers will at least try. If Rangers were to pull off this audacious move, it would go down as one of the most daring transfer coups in Scottish football history. While the rivalry makes such a switch almost unthinkable, the logic behind it, from form, experience, and availability, is hard to ignore. Whether Greg Taylor is willing to make the leap remains the biggest question. But as the summer approaches, the story is only just beginning to heat up. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so make sure you join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.